You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Sponsored in part by Creative Foundations in Delaware and Starbase Columbus in Westerville. Now your hosts, Cody Pennick, Samantha Cross, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison.
Hey everybody, it's that time again. Time for another episode of Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show where we talk about pop and geek culture stuff. I'm Cody.
I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
Thank you all for tuning in this week. We have a great show for you, a lot of news to go over. But first, let's do some things we've been checking out.
In a change from the norm.
Yeah, I know, right?
Actually, last week's show was a change from the norm.
It was.
This week's show, more normal.
Yeah, back to the formula.
I've been checking out a couple games.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah. I mean, not that I've had a whole lot of time, but one of them is called Bunker Punks. It's on Steam. It's like a first-person shooter, but with pixel graphics, and it's got roguelike elements.
Wow. And
base building, which the base building isn't really like building a base. It's more like an elaborate way to do a skill tree for your character. But you choose one of the titular Bunker Punks, and then you go through these corporate bunkers and raid them for loot, and then go back to your base and build it up. It's really cool. The characters are cool looking, and it's fun. It's just fun to, like, it plays like an old school first person shooter. It feels like Doom or something, which is always good.
Yeah.
They don't make shooters like that anymore, and this one actually scratches that itch.
Yeah, I go back every once in a while and I play Wolfenstein.
Yeah. Oh, Brutal. Have you played Brutal Doom?
No.
Oh, you got to get Brutal Doom. It takes Doom and it modernizes it a little bit, but also makes it super extra violent.
Oh, jeez.
It adds like fatality, like finishers, and like just all the weapons are useful now. They replace the pistol with like this assault rifle. The bad guys react to being shot in different places. There's blood splatter on the walls and the ceiling and the floor. And if it gets on the ceiling, it'll drip down onto the floor. Like, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
And it makes Doom, like, it makes it feel like a new game, almost. It's a lot of fun. And there's a new version of it, actually, that has, like original levels, too.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, excellent.
So it's definitely worth checking out. But also check out Bunker Punks, because it's in early access, and it's already this playable. So it's only going to get better. It's worth, I think it's like $13. It's worth the $13.
Oh, excellent.
Other than that, I've been going back to Twilight Princess.
Oh.
After walking away for a bit. And it is a lot better of a Zelda game than I remembered it being. Not that I thought it was bad, but I just thought it was the most middle of the road Zelda you could think of.
I don't know. I've always enjoyed it, and I've always had fond memories of it.
It's better than a lot better than I remembered, and I think one of my favorite things about it is it takes the usual Zelda items and reimagines them in interesting ways. It takes the old classics and puts a twist on them that makes them more interesting.
Like the double hook shot and stuff.
Yeah, and the boomerang is a wind boomerang, gale boomerang.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even the iron boots, which only before, I sink in water and I walk slow. Now the dungeon has ore that's magnetic all over it, so you're walking on walls.
I remember those dungeons. I do.
The dungeon design is really solid in it. So I know I talked about it on here before, but it's a good Zelda. It's better.
Did you get to the one dungeon with the crazy spinny top thing yet?
Not yet.
Fighting the Stall Lord or whatever it is, big skeleton dragon.
I barely remember. I only vaguely remember that.
Oh, okay.
I'm so hot and cold on the spinner because, on one hand, it's pretty cool looking, but on the other hand, it's completely ridiculous.
Oh, it is. It's horribly ridiculous.
Yeah, because it's like this little top that Link stands on top of.
Mm-hmm.
And rides it like some sort of Tony Hawk skateboard.
But in that particular dungeon, it's got cog teeth on it, so you're riding on rails on the walls and stuff.
Yeah.
You're having to jump from rail to rail.
Now that is neat.
It's kind of frustrating, actually. It does make a really cool sound though when you're doing it. The sound design in Twilight Princess was always really good.
It's also a really good weapon in Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's what you get for scanning the Link amiibo in.
Oh, excellent. Should I get Hyrule Warriors? Is that worth the money?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'd hate to say it. I mean, it's fun, but it's telling that I've owned it for a long time and I don't even think I'm halfway through it.
Okay.
the Dragon Quest what is it? Dynasty Warriors.
Mm-hmm. Dragon Quest Legends?
Heroes is better than Hyrule Warriors is.
Okay.
Although I can't vouch for the DS one because I haven't played that, but I imagine it's about the same.
Okay.
You do get Linkle in the DS one, though.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I haven't bought it. Like, I can't justify paying $40 for a game I pretty much already own
Right.
a better version of.
Right.
Like, if I see it somewhere for $20 or something, I would consider it. But
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for
Basically,
that.
don't get it at top price.
yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
That's the one thing that kind of makes me sad about Nintendo games. It takes a minute for them to kind of
oh
drop.
yeah, sometimes they never do.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like before, like Mario Kart 7 or whatever it is, Mario Kart on the DS took forever to drop.
Yeah.
Gah.
Yeah.
I think the new Super Mario Brothers, the regular DS one, stayed at like $30 forever.
Oh, I know.
They finally dropped Ocarina of Time, the 3D remake, to 20, and it had been at, what, 40 or 50? Forever.
40.
Yeah.
40. Yeah,
40.
DS games are always 40.
Yeah, forever. And
That's definitely worth picking up for $20.
I did.
I've had that since it came out, I think.
Nice.
I've never beaten it. I think I'm about halfway through it.
You've never beaten Ocarina or just
No,
that
oh
one?
no. Sorry, I was not Ocarina. I was thinking Mario Brothers.
Oh,
I'm not awake. My
I
bad.
didn't- New Super Mario Brothers isn't that great if going back to look at it. I mean, it was great at the time because we hadn't had a Mario game that was actually 2D platformer in like forever.
Mm-hmm.
But the level design isn't that great.
No,
and there's like
no.
only one power up. There's like just the fire flower.
Yeah.
There's so many more better 2D Marios now. Now that they do one every
Quarter.
yeah.
Right.
Although they haven't in a while.
No,
so.
they really haven't.
Well, speaking of Nintendo stuff, I can roll into my check it out real quick. Nintendo released their first official phone app, Miitomo, which was a weird choice for Nintendo's first, but I kind of see why they did it. It's not really a game so much as it is a gamified social media
Yeah,
platform.
They called it I think on the App Store they called it a social experiment from Nintendo. Which
Yeah,
is
that's
pretty much
about
what it
right.
is.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's an
So-
accurate description.
Basically, what you do is you create a little me or little digital version of yourself, and it just asks questions. You just answer questions, and a lot of them are like fun little questions. Some of them are a little prying, and I usually skip those because no one needs to know my business. But you link it with your Facebook or your Twitter and whatnot.
Your Nintendo account.
Yeah, and you get friend requests from people, and they just talk back and forth, and they answer questions and do stuff, and you buy clothes.
To customize your me.
Yeah, and it's free. You can spend money in it, although I've yet to get to that point.
I haven't
where...
even seen the transaction screen. I didn't even know it was a pay for thing.
Yeah.
Till
Oh yeah.
way later. So it's not annoying at all.
No, it doesn't bug you about spending money. You can play it completely free, and it's fun. I like it. It's a time waster.
Yeah, it's a fun way to learn weird facts about your friends
Yeah,
or people you vaguely know on Facebook.
yeah. It has kind of a long startup though. The load time is
Yeah,
a bit much.
when you open it the first time of the day, it takes a little bit.
Yeah, it is a bit much.
I wish the Miitomo drop machines would update because it's been the same clothes since it launched.
Yeah, I don't need a hamburger T-shirt.
Yeah. I already have all the stuff I would want from it and then some.
Yeah. Have you figured out what the candy does?
It lets you reveal answers that you haven't gotten from your friends,
Oh,
which
whatever.
it'll tell you those eventually anyway.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
pretty much worthless.
Oh, and another real quick one. I picked up some comics the other day, and they started the 2-part crossover between Squirrel Girl and Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
And it's really good.
Of course. Take the two of the best Marvel books out right now.
Yeah.
And the two of the funniest writers.
Mm-hmm. It's a not to get into the story too much. Howard is kidnapped by Craven the Hunter at the behest of a weird Southern Belle style hunter who is also way into cosplay. And she wants to hunt Man, but there are a lot of laws against it. So she is capturing humanoid, anthropomorphic Marvel characters because they're half animal. So there's a legal gray area. So it's like Beast from the X-Men because she doesn't understand that he's a mutant. She just thinks, yeah, as a human with some gorilla or cat in there. I don't know.
He's been both over the years.
And Rocket Raccoon.
Oh, jeez.
And there was a one-shot, a Squirrel Girl one-shot a long time ago with a chipmunk that had Wolverine claws. Weapon 2. Before they tested the adamantium process on Wolverine, they gave a squirrel or a chipmunk his healing factor and gave it little tiny adamantium claws and the ability to speak. And Howard the Duck, of course, and Squirrel Girl. And I guess because Kraven has much respect for Squirrel Girl, he wouldn't fight against her, so the Southern Belle knocked him out, and he is now Kraven the Hunted. That was the end line of the book, was Kraven the Hunter has become Kraven the Hunted.
Dun, dun, dun.
And she bought a whole bunch of second-rate used Doombots off of eBay and put them in her cosplay costumes. So there's costume bots running around. It's great. It's really good, and it's only 2 issues. So it takes place. The first half is in Squirrel Girl. The second half is in Howard the Duck. And even if you're not a huge comic reader, this is a fun crossover. I would pick those up.
Are the books a little like are they since they're special issues? Are they a little thicker?
No,
really,
no. The only difference is Zdarsky and Ryan North are both writing. Mm-hmm. And one is done with the art by Erica Henderson. The other one is Joe Keown's.
Okay.
So, but they're all working. It's a collaborative.
Yeah.
So it's not like one team was working on the first part, one team's working on the second part. They're all kind of collaborating
together.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wonder if the Howard the Duck half will have like the little stuff at the bottom of the pages that Squirrel Girl has.
It might. I don't know. It might.
Because those are always funny in Squirrel Girl.
It is very clear that they wrote the outline, and then Zdarsky wrote all of Howard's dialogue, and North wrote all of Squirrel Girl's dialogue, because they read like their characters from their respective books. So that's very cool.
Yeah. All right.
I think that's the way
I like
it should be done.
I like it when they work together like that.
Yeah. It's always jarring when you have a crossover event and you have characters that are written
a certain way
that are way out of
their character
when they appear in other books.
Yeah, or it comes off like an exaggeration of what the original writer, like Squirrel Girl in the was the all different Avengers books.
Something like that, yeah.
That she's all
not right.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are good.
Doesn't have the nuance of Ryan North's
right.
writing.
Yeah.
Ryan North's such a good writer. He writes like somebody who wants to tell you, is excited about telling you a cool story.
Yeah.
Like he's not just phoning in a paycheck.
Yeah. Like that's just like his style. He's like, hey, there's this cool thing I want to tell you about it.
Hey, pull up a chair.
Yeah.
Listen a minute. We kind of talked about it on the one day, and I just finally bit the bullet. I started watching BoJack Horseman on Netflix.
Excellent.
Man, it's good.
Oh yeah.
in a lot of really awful ways. Like
I love that it has layered jokes like Arrested Development does.
Oh yeah.
It's just delicious.
Well, yeah, with Will Arnett in it. Come on. And Jesse
Aaron Paul.
That's right. Yeah.
He's really good on it too. I like his character.
But essentially he's playing the same character, just not as messed up.
I don't. He's like a wacky neighbor.
Ish.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I like Paul F. Tompkins as Mr. Peanut Butter.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah, I'm about 11 or 12 episodes into the first season.
Okay.
I think I'm nearing the end of the first season, maybe. It feels like we're getting to a point. Like right now, they just did the Mr. Peanut Butter movie. Where BoJack has to play Mr. Peanut Butter.
Should we explain to the listeners what this show is?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, sorry.
Because we're just
talking about it.
Calling someone Mr. Peanut Butter with no context.
Yeah.
So
okay, so in the world of BoJack Horseman, there are people, and then there are animal people. And apparently it's been that way since forever.
Yeah, it's just normal.
It's just normal for their world. And BoJack was a really popular sitcom star back in the 90s. And now he's kind of a washed-up, has-been alcoholic.
And he's also part horse.
He's a horseman.
He's a horseman. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a horseman. And so to try to revitalize his career or make himself popular again, he decides he's going to write a book about himself. And he can't. He can't do it himself because he's a raging alcoholic. So they hire a ghostwriter to help him. This is a Vietnamese girl named Diane. And it's basically just a lot of, like, there's some stuff that's pretty much like normal sitcom stuff. And then there's like other weird little things that kind of float in and out. Like different like animalistic tendencies characters tend to have.
Sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of good throwaway animal jokes.
Yeah. Like sometimes like when Bojack's frustrated, he just kind of goes, yeah. Let's see here. There's Mr. Peanut Butter, who is a
golden retriever
who had a show very similar to his that was also very popular, and he's all the time getting on him about stealing his thunder or whatever.
He's the successful version of Bojack. He continued to stay relevant,
and he's always happy.
Yeah,
because he's a golden retriever. He's always everyone's best friend. He's that one guy that you love to hate because he's just constantly up.
Yeah, he's definitely a Zelda. To Bojack's Zoe. It's an inside joke from the show.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, that was dumb. I fail. Anyway,
that's just been a long time since I've seen the first season.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like they'll make like references to celebrities. And sometimes the celebrities are who they were supposed to be, and sometimes they're animal versions of them. Like Quentin Tarantino is some kind of weird tarantula Spider-Man.
Fitting.
Well, like, it's so weird because it starts out like you think it's about at the level of some dumb Comedy Central animated show that's only going to last half a season.
Like a Brickleberry.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it gets so much deeper and actually into these characters.
It really does. It's kind of weird. Like a lot of the jokes are really good because like the D from the Hollywood sign disappears, and pretty much at that point for the rest of the show, no matter what, it's just Hollywood. Like even like the entertainment show is Hollywood tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm a Ryan Seacrest type person. Literally, that's what he says. It's really. I thought I wasn't gonna like it. But the more I watch it, the more I really like it.
I'll be honest, it took me a little while to get into it.
Yeah, it took me a couple episodes.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it feels like a Comedy Central...
garbage show.
Yeah. It feels like Adult Swim light.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
It drawn together, Freak Show, Brickleberry, that show, Little Bush.
Oh, God, Little Bush.
Like you could make a list a mile long of these shows.
Yeah. But it actually at times has some like really smart writing.
Yeah.
And it has a really good job at like fleshing out some of these characters, like in a way. Like oh
yeah, they all feel like real people or real animal people.
Like Princess Caroline or whatever her name is.
She's great too. I think Amy Sedaris.
Yeah. Bojack's agent / ex-girlfriend
/ Catwoman
/ cat lady.
Yeah, / pink cat lady.
No, she's white. Or no, she's pink. Yeah, she is pink. It was kind of weird. Like she's at the gym doing like normal gym stuff, and she's like talking on the phone, and then like it's cutting back between her and Bojack, and then at one point she goes from like lifting weights to using a scratching post. I'm like, oh, there's that animal joke. Or when Scott goes to prison.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's when Bojack's gone in Boston with Diane.
Oh my God, I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, they go to the Penguin Publishing building, and then Diane is hanging out with her brothers and stuff, and they're like super Boston.
Oh yeah.
And Princess Caroline and Scott set up Bojack's house as David Boreanaz's house and start paying for tours. And they're like making people think that David Boreanaz lives there. And then they get raided by the police, and then Scott has to go to jail. And he's being courted by two prison gangs, the Aryan Nation and the Latin Kings. And the leader of the Latin Kings is some kind of goat man. And he'll just randomly go, meh.
Oh, jeez.
I like that the Penguin Publishing guy is a penguin.
Yeah, they're all penguins.
Yeah.
And their company is like going under hardcore, and they're like relying on the book too. Like sometimes he'll answer the phone, and it's like Patton Oswalt, I think, is the voice. Yeah. of the Penguin guy, and he goes, Penguin Publishing, unless you're that loan shark, Tony's Pizza. No, like I said, I like the show a lot more than I thought I would.
Right, and it's all on Netflix.
Yeah, it's all on Netflix. There's 2 seasons and a holiday special, like a Christmas special.
Right.
I don't think I've reached that point yet where I can watch the Christmas special yet.
Yeah, I think that's what it might stand on its own. Actually,
I don't know.
remember.
I don't know. I'm afraid to, because I'm afraid to get spoiled by something.
Yeah, I know. I didn't watch the Christmas special till after I was through the first season.
Yeah, because the second season just came out, didn't it?
Yeah, it's been at least
Little
a
while.
couple months. Yeah.
It's actually not bad. Like I said, it is hard to get into because it starts off kind of like one of those shows.
It starts off rough.
But then it kind of finds its footing, and sometimes there'll be some like really funny gags, and then sometimes it'll hit you with something like when BoJack goes to visit his old friend from back in the day, and he has cancer.
Oh yeah, there's some feels. There's some legitimate feels in there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then sometimes you feel really bad for BoJack. Oh God, what was another weird episode? When the little girl from his show comes back to visit, and
she's voiced by Kristen Shaw.
Yeah, it's really weird because she's all like Miley Cyrus and up, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, all I hear is freaking Louise from Bob's Burgers.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you're a little girl. What are you doing? I know you're not a little girl, but stop it.
She's great on Last Man on Earth too.
she is. Yeah,
She's great just about in anything she does.
Yeah.
Honestly. And honestly, Will Arnett's comedy really, I mean, it still shines through even though it's just voice work.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at those Lego Batman trailers.
Oh, yeah. I know, right?
And there was a second one too that is just as good as the first.
Oh, I didn't see the second one yet.
Well, maybe we should watch it and we'll talk about it in the news segment.
yeah, we'll have to do that.
I was gonna say, I think BoJack managed to find its groove a lot faster than those other Comedy Central shows we were talking about.
Yeah,
I think Netflix gave it enough episodes to be able to find that groove.
Yeah.
I think that's why all those Comedy Central shows die so fast, is they just never find that specific writing groove, and Comedy Central kills them.
Well, or they're just not good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's like, at least with Netflix, the writers are given a chance to tell the story they want to tell, whereas with a network, if something doesn't work in a couple episodes, they're 9 times out of 10 networks are in there trying to change to course correct,
or just chop it,
or just cut it. Yeah, but at least with Netflix, they say, okay, we're going to take a chance on this. Hands off, just go do.
Because I mean, at the end of the day, for Netflix, it's just more content.
Yeah.
They don't have to squeeze it onto a schedule.
And it's content that they don't have to pay licensing rights to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's theirs.
It's theirs.
I mean, somebody's gonna like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Like I said, it's a decent show if you can get past the first couple growing pains of it. I would say. Other than that, speaking of other hilarious animated shows, because that's what I do, I caught the first episode of Archer of the new season.
Nice.
And the theme for this season is detective. Kind of like how the season, not this last season, but the season before, was kind of like
Vice.
a Vice.
Yeah, Archer Vice.
But yeah, this one's Archer PI or whatever. And they're doing like a Magnum PI kind of thing.
Excellent.
It's still good. I love Archer. I really do.
I think I'm like a full season behind on Archer.
Yeah. H. Sean Benjamin's voice acting is always on point. The writing in Archer is just, it's always been good. Especially if you get a lot of the jokes that Archer makes, that he laughs at his own jokes, and none of the other characters get it, but then you as an audience can get it, and you're like, hey, yeah, and kind of giggle about it.
There's a lot of those Arrested Developments that I layered.
Yeah.
Layered
Oh
jokes.
yeah. Layered jokes. A lot of callbacks in Archer, and honestly, there's a good continuity to Archer. Like sometimes you'll forget about something, like the time Archer got a tattoo of his housekeeper's brother's name, and then you forget about it, and then like a season later or something, he'll be not wearing a shirt, and you'll see the tattoo on his shoulder or something, and you're like, oh yeah,
Or the Seamus.
oh yeah, wee
tattoo.
baby Seamus.
Wee baby Seamus.
Well, the guys who did this did C-Lab 2021.
Yeah.
And
what was that other show?
Frisky Dingo.
Yeah.
Yes.
And all of their stuff has crazy continuity.
Yeah.
there was stuff in C-Lab that there's by no rights should there be callbacks to it.
Yeah.
There should be no continuity to that show, and there was.
Dude, I used to love C-Lab so
Bizarro.
much.
too.
Bizarro.
Bizarro, I love you. The Bizarro people.
I have the strength of a bear that has the strength of two bears.
I actually just caught a C-Lab episode the other day. It was the one where the guy in the chair with the headset has like a
Hesh.
yeah, I forgot his name.
Or wait, no, that's
No,
not Hesh.
no.
Hesh is
Hesh was
MC
Mimsy
Chris's
Chris.
character.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hesh was the weird one.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he has like a drug or something. He's been giving it to everybody,
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
and everyone's like, I can feel.
The Stimutax episode.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's the
yes.
one I just mentioned with the strength of a
Is that-
bear.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
That is. Because that was...
Oh, Eric Estrada.
Eric Estrada was a main character.
Stormy.
Oh,
Or no, he wasn't Stormy.
He wasn't Stormy.
He was, I forget his character's name, Marco?
Marco. That's it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I used to never miss an episode of C-Lab. But also, that was back when like Adult Swim was good.
It's still good.
Still-
It's just
I mean-
not the same kind of good.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, this is back in like the days of like C-Lab and Space Ghost Coast to Coast and
OG
the OG
Yeah.
Adult Swim.
Adult Swim. Yeah.
Bumpers with old people swimming.
Yeah.
Home movies. Oh, God, I love home movies.
Oh,
Movies
home
was
movies.
great.
I need to go back and watch it because I used to really not like home movies.
Really?
But I don't think I never really gave it a chance. Like I hated the art style.
Oh, yeah, it's an ugly show.
It's horribly. It's like Dr. Cat. Dr.
Same
Katz.
people.
Yeah.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Same people who do Bob's Burgers.
See, I love Bob's. See, like I said, I should go back and rewatch home movies because I think I'd like it now.
I was super related to Brendan a ton.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Or when like Coach McGurk starts dating his mom.
All right, well, hey, let's go ahead and take a break here, and when we come back, we'll have some news for you. Nerd Overload is sponsored in part by Creative Foundations.
Hi, my name is Robert.
Hi, my name is Amber.
Hi, my name is Jessica.
I'm Jimmy, and I work at Crave Foundations.
The store that employs people with developmental disabilities.
We have 4 locations.
Delaware, Mount Vernon, Marysville, and Urbana.
Our website is creativefoundations.org.
Find us on Facebook.
Set phasers to fun at the 8th Annual Out of This World Festival hosted by Starbase Columbus on May 21st from noon to 7 p.m. The Out of This World Festival will feature food, exhibits, a sci-fi collectibles auction, and more. Admission is free to the public, but donations are appreciated. Starbase Columbus and the Out of This World Festival is located at 5541 Westerville Road in Westerville. OutofThisWorldFest.blogspot.com for more information.
Hey, we're back. That was the Disco Star Wars theme by let me look up the guy's name, the Peter Hamilton Orchestra. It's pretty great.
Yeah. Why Star Wars, you ask? Because there was a new trailer that dropped.
Yeah, for Rogue One.
And it looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really awesome.
Like, I love, like, the fact that they brought back, like, the classic looks of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, the stupid Rebel helmets that were really dumb back in the day.
The bike helmets, basically. But it looks really interesting. I'm wondering what role Forrest Whitaker's character is going to play in this. Because he looks different from just about anything
Everybody, yeah.
they've done.
It's, just everything looks so good.
Yeah.
Though they're really loving that whole making stormtroopers, like, fly through the air thing when stuff explodes from Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Another female lead, which is cool.
Which is very cool.
Very cool, indeed. I'm kind of hoping this one plays more out kind of like a galactic heist movie.
That would be neat.
Yeah.
Although this trailer doesn't really
Give
look-
you that, no. Like, we
not
didn't
so
really
much.
see many other people of the team.
Yeah, it looks
Saw,
more
like, Asian stick guy.
more like a war spy movie.
Yeah.
That would be that would be neat. It would be different.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering which one's Manny Bothan.
Man.
Because Manny Bothans died.
Manny Bothan's died getting the plans for
That's
for
Return of the
Death Star.
Jedi. That's Return of the Jedi.
I still don't believe you on
It's
that.
Return of the Jedi.
I don't
Trust
think,
me.
I don't think you're
Because
right.
Mon Martha says it, and she doesn't pop up to frickin' Return of the Jedi.
I disagree.
Yeah,
well,
it
you can
has-
disagree, but you're wrong.
It has to be Empire because it's right after the mini. I don't know. I don't want to take a side on this.
Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. Yes, do it.
We're gonna have to
Do
look it up on
Go
the
to the internet. Go to the stupid internet.
Instead of continue having an angry Star Wars argument for everyone to hear. Do you think many Bothans died to bring us the Rogue One trailer?
You're right. It was Return of the Jedi.
Oh.
Boom.
Yeah, you're right.
Argument resolved.
He could still be many Bothans.
Yeah. He just won't die in this movie.
No, he gets close.
Yeah.
Manny Bothans almost died bringing you the plans to the first Death Star.
But no, just everything.
Manuel Bothans.
Debate result. Winner, Josh.
Oop, oop. They're that professionalism. But
I miss our debate segment that we probably can't say the name of on air anymore.
No, it's a
no
very childish name that we came up for.
Very blue joke.
Our geek debate section. Anyway, yeah. But anyway, Rogue One looks good. I'm excited. There's not enough from the trailers that I've seen to
really dig real deep into it.
No, but it was definitely a good first little trailer, kind of like how Force Awakens had a really amazing first trailer.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have the same oomph, but it's not Star Wars coming back. It's Star Wars continuing to exist, which is cool.
Yes.
Yeah, and the fact that we're getting a Star Wars movie every year, so it's squeak.
It'll be interesting to see a Star Wars movie without any Jedi, no big Jedi focus.
That we know of.
Yeah, no Skywalkers, no
solos.
Which is something the universe of Star Wars has always supported, but they've never really done.
No Grand Moff Tarkin.
Grandma Tarkin.
Did I say that?
No, you didn't.
Oh.
We were making the same joke.
Okay.
We went to the exact same place.
Manuel Bothans and Grandma Tarkin.
Grandma Tarkin of the space fights.
Jeez, you guys
from
are
Starship Future Times.
I swear, you guys are internet comment sections today. I swear.
No, I'm not screaming obscenities.
Yeah, and hatred.
At least not on mic.
Not saying anything racist or anti-Semitic.
Or misogynistic.
Okay, we've lost track of this topic.
We're off the rails. We're off the rails.
Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars is good. More Star Wars is good. Anyway,
I wish we didn't have to wait so long for it.
Yeah, December.
Same here.
Darn you, December.
Yeah. One thing we're not going to have to wait so long for is
wait a minute. I have a question about that. Do you think people are going to get confused and disappointed that there's no Finn and Rey, like the average Joe
I'm
Blow
sure
walking down the street?
There's going to be a chunk of people that are curious.
Yeah, I've had
why.
I've had to explain it to a few people at work.
Yeah.
I wonder if that'll have a negative effect or not.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think it will.
I mean, it's interesting to think about.
It is.
I like how it says Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Yeah.
You'd think that would be enough, but I'm sure it's not.
No.
I mean, people still brought their kids to Deadpool. People don't know.
They
crap.
don't pay attention.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, Suicide Squad is what I was going to try to get to. It comes out here in a couple months, right?
Yeah.
Really soon.
That's really soon for them.
And they are reshooting a number of scenes, like a good chunk of the movie, to add more humor into it as a direct backlash result from Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
And probably a little bit of Deadpool.
And a little bit of Deadpool. Yeah. So,
I mean,
what do we think?
I thought that was the movie they were making to begin with.
It makes me wonder. I think the only comedic scenes in the movie were the ones in the trailer.
Oh, God.
Oh, like with Harley Quinn breaking the window?
Yeah.
And talking to herself in the prison yard or whatever?
And, it's a movie with Harley Quinn in it. It has to be funny. She's a clown woman.
Yeah.
And the Joker.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he's a scary clown.
Yeah.
But...
And Deadshot, he's dry sarcasm.
Yeah.
At least should be.
Yeah.
But...
Especially since you got Will Smith playing him.
Well, that doesn't mean anything anymore.
I know.
When was the last time Will Smith made a successful movie? A good, successful movie?
Hancock was all right.
Hancock
I Am
sucked.
Legend.
Really didn't like it? I thought it was okay.
Did not care for
Well, it really fell off toward the end when it got
Hancock had a good 45 minutes, and then the hour after it was just not good.
I'll agree with that.
I Am Legend?
I didn't care for I
Am
Legend.
I never saw that
I think it's the weakest of the Last Man on Earth stories.
iRobot.
Now that, I actually like iRobot.
I do too.
That was a pretty good movie.
Yeah. Alan Tudyk is the robot.
No one liked that movie, but we also
no, it's all right. I watched it. I think the last time I watched it was about a year ago.
I mean, there's a couple dumb things like look at my old school Converse shoes.
Yeah.
Hey, nice shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
But it's a good movie for, what it was, a Hollywood interpretation of an Isaac Asimov book.
True. Well, we can all agree that After Earth is not good, right?
No.
I've never seen it, but I have no interest.
Yeah.
No.
Don't waste your time.
Took a charismatic actor and gave him no emotion. Stupid.
And put his son in a movie just for being his son.
Yeah. That's how I felt about the reboot of Karate Kid.
That's called Hollywood nepotism.
Yep, that's it. Anyway, I'm worried about Suicide Squad because if they're reshooting it this close to release, it means there's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if they're scrambling to try to put comedy in, it means it's not going to be good comedy.
Yeah.
They're just going to throw random jokes in there because they feel like it.
It'll be better than Batman v Superman because...
It almost have to be.
Yeah. Because it's hard to make a movie that's that bad.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure A Kick in the Junk would be a better movie than Batman versus Superman.
I'm still surprised we haven't gotten any blowback from hating on that movie so much.
We must have been right.
Yeah.
Well,
we must have been right, you guys. That's all
seriously,
I can say.
like among my circle of friends, more people are on the boat of it was not a good movie than it was awesome. I don't know. I
don't know. I don't know how you could turn your brain off that much.
When it was clear that Zack Snyder didn't want you to turn your brain off because he was trying to make a point. The point was patently wrong, but he was trying to make a point. So it's not one of those turn your brain off movies.
Yeah. There's so much grade school philosophy flying around, and
literally
turn your brain off movies don't start with 2 hours of nothing happening.
Yeah.
Well, an hour.
Yeah.
The whole movie was 2 hours. Did you see the runtime of Civil War is 2 hours and 40 minutes?
Wow.
That is really long.
Well, there's a lot of stuff in it, probably.
It makes me think it's almost going to be a Captain America movie and then an Avengers movie. And they just stuck them together. That makes me a little worried.
I hope it's not too long, because I'm like, oh my god, that is long.
Almost 3 hours.
I hope it's not just bloated garbage.
That's pushing Avatar level.
Yeah.
That's almost
this is a Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah.
Just getting there. We'll get Civil War the extended cut.
Yeah, 6
5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them walking through the snow like Falcon's got the ring.
Yeah. So one of the good things that came out of Batman versus Superman, they pushed up the release date for Wonder Woman.
Like 2 weeks,
Yeah,
but still it's
2
sooner.
weeks. That's cool.
Also, they are shuffling around, and there's a couple other untitled things coming out too.
Probably Aquaman and probably The Flash featuring Cyborg, because they have said that Cyborg is going to be a supporting character in The Flash.
About to say,
Cyborg isn't a strong enough character to hold his own movie. Definitely not.
Never has been, ever.
No.
I'm tired of DC pushing Cyborg in our face. Like, look, he's part of the Justice League. Look, you like him. He's your favorite now.
No, he never really was.
Well, they're pushing him because he's one of the few
characters of color.
Yeah.
Characters of color, and one of the few teen superheroes that has been allowed to age up and make the jump to the big
Justice
leagues.
League. Yeah.
Because Nightwing hasn't been able to.
And he's
for a long term.
And he was even the Batman.
He was Batman for a while. He was in Justice League for a little bit there near the end of one of the runs. But Cyborg's really the one that's made the longest stay, aside from Wally West, because he was the original Kid Flash.
Yeah, who then eventually just kind of became the Flash.
Yeah. Aging in comics is never...
It's so confusing.
It's very spotty. It doesn't happen often.
Some people get to age, others don't.
Yeah.
Well, perpetually a child.
Yeah, well, Marvel has a really good explanation for that. Franklin Richards, Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman's son, has reality-altering powers, and the theory is that he is just constantly keeping the Marvel Universe in a constant state of a 5-year loop, basically, but they're holes. Like, Kitty Pryde is now in her 20s, where she was... introduced, she was like 13 or something like that.
Yeah, and Peter is out of college and head of his own company.
But he's still like 28.
Yeah.
He's been 28 for the last
40 years.
But yeah, Cyborg's one of the few that's allowed to step up.
Now, granted, Dick Grayson's gone on to do other things too, like he was, super spy and stuff.
True.
He had that album he put out.
Stop. He's got a MySpace page for his rap career.
Did you see they put out music for Black Canary? like the band in
No,
the comic.
I didn't see that.
There's legit music
Oh, that's excellent.
that DC put out for the comic. They
man,
just canceled.
I hope Marvel gets on that, and the Mary Janes gets an
That
album.
would be cool.
It's actually
Spider-Gwen.
It's actually really good too. I like it.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to ask you about Spider-Gwen. Is she currently in the main Marvel universe?
No.
Because
she's on Earth 62.
Because she pops up in Iron Fist and Power Man.
Really?
She and the other Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, are talking and watching a fight go down. And they discuss how she's talking about, wow, on this Earth, a lot of people have the same superhero names because there's 2 Power Man, there's 2 Spider-Women, there's 2 whatever. Huh. But she was in this book. I'll show you when we're done recording.
No, she's on Earth 62, so...
Weird.
Well,
whatever.
Well, she might still be part of the Web Warriors. I don't know.
That could be.
And that could explain why she's able to dimension jump.
Maybe.
Because there's like that traveling group of Spider-Men left over from the Spider-Verse stuff.
Right.
They have a current series going on.
And the worst part is it's not Japanese Spider-Man.
No, he only shows up for like the one panel.
With Leopard on.
Yeah.
His giant flying leopard car that turns into a giant jaguar robot.
That Spider-Man's always had.
Yeah.
It's very integral to his story.
Well, he's the emissary from hell, given powers from the planet Spider.
The planet Spider.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic story. Everyone knows that.
Everybody knows
Sam Raimi did those movies.
Oh, yeah, about that Japanese dirt bike rider that got Spider-Man powers from a space planet. Everybody knows.
Yeah, it's common knowledge.
Common knowledge. Anyway, let's move on to the next topic real quick.
Do you think the robot will be in Civil War?
I would love it if that were the version of Spider-Man that we get in the movies, that would be 10 out of 10. Best movie.
Can you imagine how confused people would be?
Oh, man, that would be awesome.
Why does Spider-Man have a robot?
Like all those people whose idea of Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire and that's it.
If that pops up in Civil War, I will do a dance in the front of my theater wherever I'm at. I will run up.
You mean like when we went and saw Guardians and Howard the Duck?
That it was Howard the Duck? Yes, exactly. It would be that times a million. Can you imagine if that were the rights that Marvel were able to get?
Yeah,
it's like,
Sony's like, you can have the rights to a Spider-Man.
Wow.
With a lion robot.
Leopard.
Or leopard. Yes. Big cat.
He's a big cat. Yeah. Big cat Spider-Man.
Because spiders, cats, makes perfect sense.
It's about the same. So let's switch gears over. Cody, you mentioned real quick about them canceling Black Canary, and it's part of the giant DC Comics Rebirth. This was news from a couple weeks ago.
Also known as...
Kinda. This was news a couple weeks ago.
Some of it's kind of good.
Yeah. So I actually have the list pulled
Most
up here.
We're
just going to roll through... We're not going to go through all of them because there's a million books. They're not holding it
like they do with every relaunch.
They're not holding it to 52 anymore. But some things that kind of stick out a little bit here. A lot of the books are going to twice monthly, which is
awful.
I don't think that's a great idea because you're going to burn out your writers and your artists. Can you imagine comic book artists pumping out 44 pages a month on a book?
Surprise! Now you have to do twice as much work.
Unless they're doing, it looks
like
they
already
lot
do that
of
much
the
work.
Twice monthly books have 2 artists on them. So maybe you have one artist doing one book and then another artist doing the other.
So
that'd be really jarring, though.
Yeah,
because you're gonna get the one book and then you're telling the same story, but it's got different art.
I agree.
Yeah.
And unless I know there are a couple books that are doing 2 different stories and alternating books.
Still, that's
the
a
point?
lot.
Do another book.
Yeah. Well, so they don't have to get that special glossy paper for a second cover. So, like Batman's getting twice monthly. Detective Comics is actually a team of Tim Drake, former Robin, a couple of Batgirls, and Clayface.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
That actually sounds pretty interesting.
That one sounds kind of neat.
Yeah, I knew. I heard that it was going to be a Bat family book, and I was like, I might pick it up.
Yeah. Batgirl is no longer being written by the current team.
Lame.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah, and Babs Tarr isn't doing the art anymore, so my
bigger
interest
lame.
is pretty well
gone,
shot,
unfortunately.
I mean, Hope Larson's the writer, and she's a good writer. Mm-hmm. She's done some cool stuff.
And I like Raphael Albuquerque's art, but
it's not Babs Tarr.
It's not Babs Tarr, so I'm not interested.
And he did that Killing Joke cover that everybody kind of got upset about.
Yeah.
Because it was not in the best taste.
It wasn't.
For Batgirl.
It really wasn't. Not that whole month. The whole Joker variant month. It didn't set the tone with any of the other variant covers they did.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm worried, like, he doesn't get it.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
But hopefully maybe he learned or somebody is conscious enough to kind of rein him in a little bit.
I mean, he pulled the cover himself. It was his choice.
Yeah.
But, like, still, like, to think in the first place that a good idea for a cover for a Batgirl comic is Batgirl in danger.
Yeah.
And crying.
Yeah, when it's supposed to be, empowering.
Yeah, it wasn't a good choice. Nightwing's not a special agent anymore. And he's going back to his original
blue
outfit, which is very cool.
Wait, his original blue outfit?
No, not disco.
Disco Nightwing?
Not disco Nightwing, no. the good Nightwing costume. Batgirl and the Birds of Prey looks interesting.
Yeah, that sounds cool. They redesigned Black Canary. I don't care for her new look all that much.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not bad.
I mean, they're revitalizing the Birds of Prey.
Yeah,
but, a group they haven't really used in a while.
Yeah, but she was so cool in those Black Canary comics as like this hardcore punk that punches people.
Yeah.
It shows.
Yeah, it's a lot of this Rebirth is they're rolling back stuff that that they made recently. It's kind of weird. Anyway, Action Comics features the current Superman, the post New 52 Superman,
who's a jerk,
and the pre New 52 Superman, the one that everyone likes. And also Lex Luthor in a Superman power armor. This comic makes no sense. I don't get it.
It's Superman with two Supermans.
Yeah,
Supermen.
It makes no sense.
It's just like they're just throwing darts at a dartboard with that one.
Kinda. Wonder Woman's coming back. It's going to do middling sales like it always does. No matter how good the story is, Wonder Woman books never sell.
Is it a different team than that last one?
Yeah.
They were bad.
Yeah, they were. It was not great.
Yeah, especially after the initial New 52 Wonder Woman was so good.
Yeah. Let's see. There's the new Superman and a Super Dash Man about a Chinese teenager who somehow gets a fraction of Superman's power.
It's a weird idea.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's interesting.
I'd be willing to see where it goes.
Yeah, it's almost like them kind of jumping on the all new, totally awesome Hulk kind of train.
Kinda, a little bit. Yeah, with Amadeus Cho is yeah. We have the Trinity book is coming back. That used to be a weekly. There for a year.
Like the Trinity of Sin?
No, it's Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay.
So it's Justice League without all those other guys.
It's Super Friends. It's the initial run of the Super Friends.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see.
Supergirl.
Aquaman, Flash.
I hope their Supergirl book plays more like a tie-in to the TV show.
That would be cool. That's part of the push for some of this. A lot of their comic interpretations are being steered closer to their
the Arrow book,
book, and the Flash book. Yeah, Green Lanterns is about two Green Lanterns that no one knows or cares about that were introduced a couple years ago.
Unless you're a comics fan,
I don't even care. I love Green Lantern, and I don't care about these two characters.
I give no craps about Simon Baz whatsoever.
Care, and I also don't understand why we need to have two Green Lantern books that both ship twice monthly. That doesn't make sense.
That's a lot of Green Lantern content
for a character that is being kept out of the Justice League movies because they are afraid that people are going to associate the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie with the new Justice League.
If you just make a good Green Lantern movie, you fix the problem.
Well, the Warner Brothers doesn't want to take that chance. If you notice, there is no Green Lantern mentioned anywhere for anything Justice League at all. Like the character doesn't even exist.
But the fact they're doing a Lantern Corps movie anyway, or attempting to
now
in a billion years from now.
Yeah. Justice League is the movie Justice League. Basically, Cyborg's getting his own book, which it's not going to last.
Nope.
I don't understand.
That's a waste of ink right there.
Let's see.
He is ancillary at best.
Yeah. Some other highlights. Harley Quinn is getting a book shipped twice monthly. Her second book is getting canceled though. That's coming out currently, though.
The Little Black Book.
The fun one.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both fun books. But...
Yeah.
Yeah, but Little Black Book's kind of cool because she teams up with random people and
that's
hijinks ensues.
That's a good one. Suicide Squad is
basically
more like
the movie team.
They brought Ted Kord back, the Blue Beetle that everybody loves.
Okay.
That is Booster Gold's best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the
Latino kid with the power armor. No, he's in it too.
Oh.
It's the kid being trained by the older.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was gonna say that, but I was like, no, that's Nova. But I was like, No, it's both.
It's both of them. Yeah, it's both of them.
The New 52 Suicide Squad was like my favorite hate read.
Oh, sure.
Of the bunch.
That first, when they launched it, that was the worst book.
It was not good.
Yeah.
Like when they de-aged Deathstroke and stuff.
Yeah, it became mediocre at best by the end of the run. But yeah, it was bad to begin with. One book that's really kind of sticking out at me is something called Super Sons. Now, this is a callback to the 60s, where it was stories told about the children of Superman and Batman. Like Batman's kid and Superman's kid fight crimes. And it was a weird, goofy 60s style gee whiz kind of story. And they're bringing back that line starring Damian Wayne and John Kent, the sons of Batman and Superman.
I wonder if they'll keep the feel or if they'll gritty it up.
Oh, they're going to gritty it up.
It's Damian Wayne. He's a little craphead.
Yeah. So there are a whole bunch of others, a lot that I really don't care about getting into, but it just seems like
any of the good one-shots good?
No, they're all just a bunch of DC Universe Rebirth, just
special,
explaining where all the characters are at. Yeah, and it's more of a cash grab. Look at all these. Look at all that.
Good.
Look at all that. It's like a one shot for every new issue.
DC's going for quantity over quality this time.
Yes.
Well, it's been that way for a while.
Hey, New 52, man. We got to put out 52 books. Not all of them are going to be good.
It was ambitious at the time.
It was ambitious. I'll give them that.
And you know what? It didn't really work out for him because
they took a chance rebooting their line and saying, okay, everything's back to zero for new readers. Unfortunately, the books that they put out immediately preceding that reset were not quality.
No.
And it alienated a lot of the older readers, and it confused the new readers because they said they were going to go back to zero and dial everything back, but they only went about halfway.
Yeah.
Where you had new books that were supposed to be good for new readers referencing things that, one, shouldn't exist, and two, were part of the previous continuity.
Yeah, like the color war for the Lantern stuff.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff. It made no sense. It was a half-baked idea. I love DC Comics. I love these characters, but I'm getting tired of the constant
awful.
reboots.
It's getting bad.
Yeah.
Of that entire line that we've just ran down, I may buy 2, maybe.
I'm sticking with Green Lantern because I have to, but everything else that I've been getting, and Harley Quinn, but everything else I have no interest in. I'm dropping Flash, I'm dropping Aquaman. I just don't care.
Yeah.
I'll probably get Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Maybe see where Batgirl goes.
That would be cool, but I just DC's really dropping it lately.
They've been dropping it for years.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't buy a lot of comics, but I've been mostly getting Marvel stuff lately.
Oh, same here. Sure.
Hellcat, Squirrel Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw where Hellcat went back to Jessica Jones' office.
Yeah. Jessica Jones is in Hellcat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Marvel.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Marvel's been really, really fumbling the ball here lately, too.
They make some bad choices. Have you read any of the Squadron Supreme?
No, I haven't.
Don't.
Oh, is it bad?
It's bad. And they put out...
You were so excited about that, too.
I was so excited for it, and they put out a spin-off book about just Hyperion trucking. He's disguised himself as... Hyperion's like Superman, but for the Marvel Universe, which doesn't work.
His story is virtually the same, too.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. But he has decided to get back to his roots by trading his costume for a trucker hat and a 16-wheeler, and is driving across the country.
Well, that's dumb.
So he's Trucker Superman.
He's Trucker Superman, and it's not good.
Plus, that's like when regular Superman decided he wasn't going to fly anymore.
He was just going to walk. Yeah, it's kind of the same story. And again, Hyperion doesn't work in Marvel Comics because a Superman character, he's too powerful.
Yeah.
It doesn't scale well with the rest of the Marvel Universe.
The Marvel Universe has always been the more grounded.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, which is weird to say because it's comics about superheroes.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it's still nuts, but they've always been more like real people with real problems, along with being superheroes.
Yeah. Marvel's been the real world. DC's been the grandiose fairy tale kind of stories, like the Legends kind of stories.
Yeah, and it's so weird because you look at the movies and it's the exact opposite.
They're opposite. Yeah. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to be picking up a whole lot of these books.
No.
Well, I think we've pretty much got the show wrapped up, so let's get out of here.
Our spider webs.
Yes, and our Japanese spider webs.
Whip.
Also robots. You've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over on nerdoverload.com.
You can also find us at Facebook at facebook.com/Nerd Overload website.
Follow us on there, and you get all the updates to everything we do. New shows, new stuff we write when we write stuff.
Yeah.
You can follow us on Twitter at nerd_overload. Get some of that same stuff you get on Facebook.
Pretty much.
Staff at nerdoverload.com if you want to shoot us an email. If you want to yell at me for crapping on Batman v Superman, you can do that.
Yep. And again, I should probably mention we're on Stitcher. We're on that podcast app. Yeah. Go listen to us on Stitcher. I found our link the other day. And we are still on there, and it does update. So there you go.
Also, we are on the radio.
Yes.
WZMO 107.5.
That's right.
You can, and if you're not within the listening area, you can also stream us at
WZMOFM.com.
Thank you.
At 10 a.m. and 9 p.m. on Saturdays. Again, thanks a lot for tuning in, and we will be back next week. That was
Pizza out.
That was your phone.
That was me, Tomo.
Awesome.
This show was sponsored in part by Creative Foundations and Starbase Columbus.